The Bath and the Death of Tsumiki. The volume begins with Sukuna in Megumi's body, finishing his fight with Yorozu, who has possessed Megumi's sister, Tsumiki. Sukuna's cruelty. Sukuna refuses to use his own shrine technique, opting instead to use Megumi's 10 Shadows technique. His goal is to sink Megumi's soul into despair by murdering his own sister with his own curse technique. The outcome: Sukuna summons a partially manifested Maharaga to adapt to Yorozu's perfect sphere. He successfully kills Yorozu, which effectively kills Tsumiki. As she dies, she leaves Sukuna a gift, a cursed tool. Megumi's despair. With his sister dead by his own hands, Megumi's soul sinks into an abyss of darkness, giving Sukuna total control over the body. The unsealing of Satoru Gojo. The narrative shifts back to Yuji and the remaining sorcerers. They realize that with Sukuna at full power, their only hope is to unseal the strongest sorcerer. The ritual. Using the Angel's Jacob's Ladder technique on the back of the prison realm, they successfully break the seal. The return. Gojo returns not in a room with his students, but directly in front of Kinjaku. He immediately attempts to kill the villain, only to be interrupted by Sukuna. The ultimatum. Instead of fighting right then, Gojo mocks Sukuna for fleeing Yuji's body and sets a date for their final battle, December 24th, Christmas Eve. Preparation and the time skip. The story skips forward to the day of the battle. Both sides have spent a month preparing. Gojo's confidence. Gojo meets with his students one last time. Despite the stakes, he remains his usual arrogant, light-hearted self, famously telling Yuji, "I'll win." The spectacle. The world's governments and the remaining sorcerers watch via Meimei's crows as the two titans meet in the ruins of Shinjuku. The strongest versus. The strongest begins. The final chapters of the volume cover the opening moves of Gojo versus Sukuna. The opening salvo. Gojo begins a fight with a 200% hollow purple, boosted by Yutaheim and Gakuganji. Sukuna loses his arms to the blast, but heals them instantly with reverse cursed technique. The domain clash. The volume ends with a massive clash of domain expansions. Gojo's Unlimited Void versus Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine. The twist. Because Sukuna's domain is open, it has no barrier. It attacks Gojo's domain from the outside. The volume concludes with Gojo's domain shattering, leaving him vulnerable to Sukuna's cleave and dismantle inside the shrine.